Guten Morgen, Klasse, guten Morgen, guten Morgen. Also heute sprechen wir über Buchstabe. Herr Dab, was ist eine Buchstabe? Ein Buchstabe ist wie wenn man ein Buch hat and you stab it with a little fourth dimensional pen and it points all the way through and it stabs all the letters. Only letters, not words. Buchstabe, my friends, are letters. Buchstabe. Okay, next class, we're going to go through some of these sounds. Now, by the way, where I learned German, this is what I am conveying to you. Now, my dialect is also influenced by a couple of other things as well. My heritage is amazingly strange. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my best representation on how you can remember how to do it. I've sat in your chair before. I was a doomed German student. But then I found out it just requires a little extra work. So we start out with some of our letters. R. It's pronounced like that. That's how I pronounce it. R. Sometimes some Germans I've heard will speak with a little bit less R sound. And some people will just flip it. Okay, sometimes just air. It's like a soft sound. So it depends on where you're from, and it depends on whether it's like a first sound or in the middle. So don't worry too much about it. Just when you hear it from me, or sometimes from other Germans as well, you might hear Regen. Okay, Regen, not Reagan. Okay, if you're gonna pronounce it with like a harder sound, you just have Regen, right? But you might be able to Regen. So there's less emphasis on the R sound. Okay, a little bit less emphasis. It's still spoken. S is singen. In my ears, I hear a little bit of a z sound, like a buzzing bee. But it depends on where it is. Sometimes it'll be a little bit harder. It depends on just how you say it. You just know it's S, singen. And we have tanzen. T, tanzen. T für tanzen. Okay? This word right here, we are using the ooh. Like somebody's looking at you, they're saying, ooh, cool guy, right there, ooh. But this is pronounced here, Universität. And notice that R sound in there, univers, is really small. Universität, okay? And we have V. Now, V is V in English, but it has two different sounds. I'm going to see if you can hear them. We have Vogel, and Vase. Vogel, Vase. What do you think the difference is in sounds that you're hearing? Right. It kind of makes an F sound and kind of makes a V sound. It depends. Again, it depends on what letter's coming next. And you just get used to it. When you hear a F or a V sound, just know that it can be a V letter. But be careful because darn W is they. So the way this sounds is Wasser. It has a V sound. Back in the day, it used to be called a double V, not a W. All right, so it looks like a double V. So think of it that way. So you can think, okay, well, I hear the V sound is either a V or a W. Sounds good. Okay, next one is X, and this is pronounced Xylophone. Yet another Z-sounding letter, Xylophone. Very rarely is it used with X. I can't think of any. If anybody else can think of something and want to correct me, cool. Xylophone is how you pronounce that, so Xylophone. Which brings me to Upsilon. Upsilon commits this one big crime. Upsilon, first of all, is not the sound that the letter makes in any way. This is not Upsilon 8. Nope. It is, Upsilon is the name of the letter, And if you know anything about like Greek letters, and you might see in movies like there's Greek fraternities and sororities and stuff like that, it's kind of like that upsilon, okay? It does use that Greek naming for upsilon. Don't ask me how far back that goes. I'm sure there's somebody, your teacher probably knows as much as more than I do. But just know that that's there. So this is yacht. Yacht is the first word. And then listen to this. Typ. Typ. What? Yes. It's kind of like somebody put it in there, but they don't want to say type. They want to say typ. Okay? All right. Last letter is set. Now, set is pronounced s. Listen. Zelt. Zelt. Okay, now compare that with zingen. Zelt. Zingen. Zelt. You hear the difference? I sure do. All right. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next part of the activity. Okay, for the next part of this activity, you're going to give you 3 options. Either A, you have a piece of paper. I want you to write these down. They're secret code words. Okay, you write them down. Second one, if you don't have a piece of paper or you've got too much coronavirus going on, think of it this way. Put it in your head and try and spell it in your mind. Right? Okay, third option. Enjoy this guy, this crazy face, this weird attitude and batitude, the dabulous, the fabulous. So we're going to go ahead and say these words. Then we're going to see if you spelled them or thought about them or enjoyed them correctly. If you get them wrong, cool, because you get points for that. All right, so Wort Nummer 1. Idee. 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 Okay, Wort Nummer 2. Universität. 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 Perfekt. Wort Nummer 3. Zelt. 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 Okay. Let's see if you got them right. So we have here in the top, Idee. Say it with me. Idee. Say the next one. Universität. Universität. Gut. Und Zelt. Zelt. All right. Did you get them all right? I hope so. If you didn't, I hope so too, because we learn when we get things wrong, and that's okay. By the way, if you got these 2 dots right here, you got 2 bonus points. Get it? Because they're umlauts and they go boop. 2 points makes an umlaut. Have a wonderful day.